Hi, this is Scrap and Jen, and I'm here with you today to show you a double page layout. So I'm using the Oh My Heart bundle from Close to My Heart. I love this collection. It's our featured paper collection special for February. The bundle is not available in the catalog, but you see everything that comes in the bundle in the catalog. You get a paper pack, the sticker sheet, the stamp set. You get a bottle of silver stickles and 40 of the most adorable pink envelopes because this bundle will make 40 cards and a layout. And I'm just showing you some of the stickers that I think are cute. And I'm showing you these two strips that I end up using in my layout today. Our stickers are made of cardstock. They are not flimsy paper. They are awesome. And here I am showing you the different pattern pieces that come in the collection. You can buy the paper packs by themselves. You can buy them with the sticker sheet. You can also purchase a coordinating cardstock package. I'm showing you the zip strip at the top that each zip strip is different, and it shows you the colors in the collection. And the colors for this, I believe, are raspberry, pixie, ballerina, candy apple, glacier, lemonade. I'm showing you that I'm using French vanilla on black. I cut the center of my black out and cut my French vanilla down to 11.5 by 11.5. That glacier piece is 11.5 by 3. The hearts, I believe, is 11.5 by an inch and a half, or an inch and 3/4. I just use a tape runner, and because I'm making a double page layout, I am going to build the background of both pages at the same time because they're identical. And then I will show you how I do each page separately. So I'm just grabbing the other page and bringing it in with the elements that I want to stick down on it to match the first page. And I grab that glacier piece for that page and I go ahead and get it adhered to my project. Oh, I just love the glacier and candy apple together with the pop of black. I just think it's beautiful. I go ahead and stick this down and decide, oh, I need to move it over just a little bit. I'm using the Tombow permanent adhesive tape runner, and it is very, very sticky. I love that tape runner. It's my favorite, you guys. Make sure your pieces are going the right way because I almost stuck it down the wrong way. And I just go ahead and get those stuck to my page, and I show you side by side. That's what the base of both pages is going to look like. But I'm pointing to the center because I knew it needed something, and that's where I bring in that scallop sticker. And I just use that to finish off that center piece, and I think it just works beautifully. And I just stick it on there and take our micro um, tip anti-stick scissors, which I absolutely love, and just trim that off. Now I'm going to grab one for the other page. There are several times that I will be sticking my head in the way, and I apologize. Um, I need to reset my camera because I'm working so far ahead of myself, away from myself, that I really can't see that well to do some things. And now I'm going to work on one page at a time, and I'm going to grab the photo mats and bring those in. Those are 3x3 photos, and I've backed them with black cardstock cut to 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. Again, I just think the black really makes this layout pop. That's a 4x6, and I was going to use it in the portrait or vertical position, but I decided to change it to landscape. And that's okay. You know, it's okay. Change things up as you go along. Sometimes things turn out better. So these are two photo mats that I created with pattern paper, and I'm going to use flip flaps. For those of you who don't know what a flip flap is, it is a plastic pocket made out of the same material as our memory protectors. So it's a very thick vinyl, and they're see-through, and they have a sticky flap. And you can use them to add more photos to your project or mementos. You can put ticket stubs or your baby's first hair clipping. You can put hair in there. You know, anything that you want to go into your photo or into your layout. So here I'm just taking my T-square and I'm getting everything lined up the way I want it to. And I'm using that center scallop sticker as a border or as an anchor to set the tone for where the rest of my photos are going to go. So now I just go ahead, get those stuck down, And again, I wanted to use the flip flaps because this layout is actually going to be for my 8 grandchildren. No, I'm too young to have great grandchildren, but for my 8 grandchildren. So I needed quite a few photos on here, and that's where the flip flaps really come in handy. I love them. I love them. You can create waterfalls with them. And there I'm showing you that you just peel that off, and it's very, very sticky. Once you stick it, it is stuck. But I'm not going to adhere those yet because those actually get stuck to my memory protector. Now you can stick them directly on your project, but if you do, you need to remember that they're there permanently because once you stick it down, it's not going to come up. And if you try to pull it up, you're going to tear up your work. Here I noticed that my center is a little bit off, so I'm just going to pull that up and move it where it needs to go. I love using a T-square. And now the photo mats are all stuck down to my page. And now I'm going to grab all of the elements that I made to use as embellishments on my page. And I used a few different things for this. I used the stamp set to create those tiles that I'm showing you. The Oh So Lovely is a solid set with the wording cut out, and I love that. The Love, 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 I just took different colors of ink and stamped the same image down the paper. And then I took the thin cuts, the stitched heart, cut out, I used like the next to the largest and cut out some hearts. And then I wanted to have a border. And again, that black I think just makes everything pop and it just brings everything together. So I'm showing you on a scratch piece of paper that I took the die and I laid it flat and just traced around it with a pencil and then fussy cut it. Now we do sell heart dies that are not stitched, and they would be perfect for this so that you don't have to fussy cut all those hearts, but I don't have those yet. So I had to resort to doing things the old-fashioned way. So I go ahead and show you how they look when I get them put together, and I do like the way the black makes them pop. And that's just a leftover piece from that size heart, and I just cut it into a rectangle and mounted it on some black cardstock. That one I mounted on Pixie first and then on black. I decided I want to pop that up. I was going to grab the tape runner and I thought, no, I'm going to grab the foam dots. These are left over from our shaker acetate and foam rings. So I'm showing you there, if you take your fingernail and you kind of run it in the center of that, the corners or edges of the backing kind of flip up and it's easier to peel the backing off. And there's number 1 where I stick my head in the camera. Oh, there's going to be 1 or 2 shots where it goes in completely. Excuse me, I'm fighting a cold. So now I'm showing you that I want to create this cluster. And right now I'm just laying the pieces out. I do not stick them to my page. I stick them to each other first to create one big image. And then I will stick that whole thing to my page. You can use Glad Press and Seal to put over your cluster and pull it up and then tape it all together. That's a really easy thing to do. It's a nice tool to have in the craft room. I don't know about you, but I have wax paper, parchment paper, tracing paper. I have Glad Press and Seal. I have contact paper. I use all kinds of things in my craft room that you find in your kitchen or other areas in your home. And again, I'm just sticking those together. And I end up not getting enough adhesive on that one, so I end up taking it off and putting more on there. I slip them where I want them to go, and I might change my mind a little bit here and there in the placement, and that's okay. That is okay. I wanted to leave room because I knew I was going to stick that word sweet in there, and I wanted to have room to put that in there. I decided, though, that it needed 1 more heart. So I'm digging through and I'm looking for that little heart and I find it and I bring it in and I decide that it needs to go right there to frame and anchor that word sweet. So I grab it and I stick it to my cluster and then I grab the word sweet and get that stuck to my cluster. And again, I'm just using my Tombow permanent adhesive tape runner. And once I get those in place, Then I pick up the whole thing as one cohesive piece and I just add my tape and stick it down. I just think it's so much easier than trying to tape each piece individually down to my project and not getting them where I want them to go. The heart I decided to pop up. Why not? Right? Why not? I love when things pop up. I just don't like them like really high, but those foam squares that were left over, those are awesome. And that's my cluster. So now I'm going to work on embellishing these two areas. So I grab the flip-flops and I pull the pieces out. They're not adhered together yet. I wasn't sure if I was going to leave it in that order, if I wanted to put photos in there and move the journaling spot. You know, I just wasn't sure. And until I get my photos printed and cut, I'm really not going to know how I'm going to do it. But you'll get a general idea when I show you how I build everything. So right now I'm just layering those together on the black. And I'm showing you that I want to stick that kind of offset. I just think it's more pleasing to the eye. When we do things in a triangular shape, then it just brings your eye all the way around the page. And I'm grabbing a little heart. And that's going to be that. And I get that stuck in. And I think I show you again how it's going to attach to my page. And now I'm going to grab the second one and get that one finished. Again, just adhere those together. I had to move it because I couldn't see the pattern over the pattern on that area. And now I think, what can I grab? So I grab another heart. I love the glacier with the candy apple. Absolutely love it. And I even offset that a little bit. And then I grab one of those little tiles that say love. And why not? Why not? You could use this for a Valentine's layout. I grabbed the word kisses and I'm trying to figure out where I can use it. And I'm just not feeling it. So you do see me use it, but not on this page. So I go ahead and put that back. I'm showing you to watch the direction that you put your items into your flip flaps. Okay, because they have to open and still be in the right direction. So there's that. And I believe this is where I go to grab the memory protector and go ahead and slip my layout into the memory protector so that I can show you, yep, how to adhere the flip flops and how to use them. Excuse me. So I get that into my memory protector, and I love our memory protectors. You guys are so thick. I don't remember what millimeter thickness they are, but they're stitched very well. They don't come apart. They don't split. I love them. So there I pulled it back off, and you fold it over, and that sticky part sticks to the memory protector. And I flip it up and show you there. And you're going to see my head here again, because that's just the way I roll. And see how I'm able to go ahead and pick that back up and reposition it. If you're really quick, you can. But if I were to do that on paper and not the memory protector, I would not be able to do that. And I'm showing you that the photo will go in there. It'll be inside the memory protector, the photo will. Okay, now I'm going to grab the second page and get it finished. And what's funny is the second page ends up becoming my first. I just don't show you that in the video, but I think you can figure that out. So that bundle set came with those 40 envelopes, and I knew I wanted to use one on my layout. They're adorable. They're for 3x4 cards. So I grabbed an envelope and flip it over, and ta-da, it's done. I inked the edges in candy apple red. I took the conversation hearts from I Choose You, and I used the loop-de-loop and some of the solid hearts from the stamp set that comes with the Oh My Heart collection. I can't remember where I got What a Day from. That was from another stamp set. I used Velcro as a closure, and I made 2 journaling cards that will go into the envelope. I just thought that was a really cute touch. It'd be really cute to put Valentine's in there too, like maybe that your children made when they were little, or your grandkids or something special. I grabbed the 3x3 photos for the bottom, and for the top I decided to use 3x4. I love different size photos, and I think it's going to work out great for what I want to do to the top. My paper trimmer blade is dull, and I'm just making sure that my edges are not frayed. I grab my T-square and I go ahead and stick the envelope down first and use that to anchor everything else. So I just grab my Tombow adhesive permanent tape runner and I just glue it down or stick it down flat. I really didn't want to pop that up. You can see it's a little bit crooked and I have not figured that out yet, but I do figure it out and I do fix it. I'm just getting the 3x3s adhered down, using my T-square as a guide. And then I go to the top and I'm using that center scallop sticker to line up the bottoms, but I needed to line up the side of that one with the one below it. And that's what I do there. And then I go around the page to kind of to guess and eyeball and mark where the distance between those three are. And that's where I realized my envelope's crooked. So I just pull it up and I do rip my paper a little bit, but it's easily fixed. I just grab my tape runner, stick a little adhesive under there. I try to rub it off and I think, I'm going to grab my rub and remove eraser. I love that thing. And it works so wonderfully, and see, you can't even tell. So now I need to get this last one in place, and I go ahead and grab the T-square again and line it up with the photo beneath it. Making sure that I'm lined up with that photo and then have a good, the same distance between them. I give you a thumbs up because I'm happy with it. So now I'm going to bring in the elements for the second cluster that I'm going to create on that page. That's where I had the leftover scraps that I created that rectangle. I got a little adhesive on my photo mat. And I go ahead and get this in place and get it straight because I put it on crooked. And now I'm going to decide where I want to place my hearts. That area I just showed you is where I want my cluster to go. And I'm just laying them around in different directions, trying to make them, look like they belong on the page. I decide I need one more heart in there. I do like to work in odd numbers, but I had made some solid candy apple red on black and I love those. That just pops to me. So I go ahead and do the same thing with this cluster that I did on the first page, and I stick the pieces to each other first. And see how I decide to change the way it's going to go down? That's okay. That is okay. I could have stopped there, but I really like adding all those little hearts with the colors and the patterns. Get that little last one stuck down. And then I believe I come in with those tiles, kisses and hugs. And I'm going to go ahead and get those put in my cluster before I pick up the whole thing and stick it down at once. I just stick that back together where it came apart. There's not a lot of adhesive on those. It's just enough to keep them in place. I decided to straighten that out, but I still want to be able to see the words. And then that word kisses, I think, just pops off of that red heart, so that's where I decide to put it. I bring in my tweezers to help with placement, and now I can tape the whole cluster and stick it down as one image. Let me know in the comments below how you do clusters, if you do it like that, or if there's another way that you use it, or that you do it that might be easier. So I created the I love you, and I'm trying to figure out where I could use it. I decide not to. But you'll see me again try to use it. I love it. I love the stamp set. I love the font that they used. I think it could certainly look like Disney. You could do some Minnie and Mickey ears and some bows, and I think you would have a really cute Disney layout with this paper collection. And I grabbed the spruced up scrapbooking stamp set, and I decide to use Beautiful Moments for the title of my layout. But I want to use the loop-de-loop first and have the words Beautiful Moments look like they're dangling from those threads. So I grabbed the black ink in a 2 by 6.5 inch block, and I just inked that up. I was going to use red, and I thought, no, I'm going to stick with the black. I do grab my Versamat, which is a work surface for a scrapbook layout on one side, but when you flip it over, it's a stamping mat. And it just helps your images to stamp clearer and crisper. And I go ahead and get that lined up, stick my head in the way, I believe. Oh, I didn't that time, but I will. Oh, I will. You just wait for it. Isn't that cute? You could certainly do that all the way across the page. If I wouldn't have made that cluster, I would have. But I think that's just adorable. And now I'm going to grab the beautiful moments, and I need to line that up to make sure um, where it's going to sit, because I want to add some hearts dangling from those little threads as well. So I just season my stamp by rubbing it on my wrist and my hand and just removing that film off of it since it's new so that it better absorbs the ink. You only have to do that one time. I decide to go ahead and go with the Oh My Heart stamp, but I almost used conversation hearts, and you'll see what I end up doing when I'm finished. But I grab the largest solid heart and I decide where I want to place it. So I'm trying to see if it'll fit and what angle I need to get. So, because I don't want the two to interfere with one another. And I'm going to grab Pixie. There's Candy Apple, and there's the Pixie. That is the little stamp pad ink pad that we don't sell anymore. I do have a large Pixie coming. I just haven't gotten it yet. I thought I ordered it, and I had gotten raspberry. So, yes, I want Pixie. I love Pixie. I think it's a beautiful pink color. Now I'm doing first and second generation where you dip in the ink once and you stamp twice with the image. And I'm doing that so that I could bring a subtle heart behind the title and the two will not interfere together. And now I'm going to grab the small solid heart and use the candy apple just to bring some red up there to the corner. And because, yes, I love the candy apple red color. I get my heart stamped. That's where I stick my whole head in the page. And now I'm ready to stamp beautiful moments, and I'm going to use black for that. You just grab the stamp, walk it across the stamp pad. Our stamps and our blocks are awesome because they're see-through, and you can easily line things up to stamp them on your projects. I apologize again. There's my head. No, that's not gray hair. Those are blonde highlights. But yeah, I have gray in there too. So I saw that there was a space and I wanted to cover that up. So on my block, I already had from Build-A-Plaid the skinny stripe. So I decided to use that. It's too skinny, so I just grab a little bit more because those blocks and stamps are see-through. I stamp it twice and get it lined up, and it looks like it's always been there. Oh, I just love this layout, you guys. I really do. Trying to figure out where to use that I love you again. And of course, I don't use it, but I want to really bad. So I decide to use the conversation hearts, and I start laying those in, and you're going to see me stick them where I don't show you. So yep, I went right up there. Right up there. Can you say squirrel? So I thought they would be cute dangling from that stamped image, but I hated covering up my pixie hearts. But that's okay, because I think it's really cute, and I like the way it turned out. And there's that page finished. And I'm going to show you the pages side by side, and I don't show you that this becomes my first page, but like I said, it's evident, it becomes clear that it should be the first page. And again, I just want to thank you for being with me today, and I hope that you'll subscribe and hit the button, and I will be uploading more videos. I have more to do today. So I thank you again for being here, and I hope that you'll give this a try, the Oh My Heart collection. Bye.